I feel like what's going to be a thing on YouTube very soon,
Hmm.
like YouTube videos, is when it comes down to people complaining about this movie. Um, because there's going to be people complaining about this movie, no matter what. Um, they're going to be complaining about the character that wraps people up in everything. Maul, I think his name is Maul or something like that.
Oh, Ebony
It's
Maw.
Thanos' like left hand
His
man.
kid,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
child,
Ebony
or
Maw.
whatever.
His
Thanos'
child or whatever.
children.
Yeah. I guarantee you somebody's gonna be out there and they're gonna make a YouTube video or some bullshit video about that guy. Like, oh, he should have died in combat. He should have died somewhere other than being snapped away. Yeah. And my response, yeah. So should have Spider-Man X, Y, Z, blah, 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 everybody. All the characters that were snapped out of existence in the last Avengers movie should have had a role. Should have had a thing. If you want to argue with me with that.
Well, the thing about that is they don't come back from because of the snap. They were killed in combat, and past Thanos pulls them through to the future.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on a second. What did Hulk snap for then?
What did he snap for?
Yeah.
He snapped to try and bring everyone back.
To try to bring everyone.
So Hulk got everybody back, not Thanos,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Because when Thanos tried to snap, it didn't work, right?
Well, no.
Did I miss something?
So Thanos.
You're right. You're right. Thanos wasn't successful in his snap, but you're jumping past Hulk's snap. Hulk's snap is what brings everybody back.
Correct.
They
Yes.
just didn't know it.
Yeah. Right.
They just didn't know that it worked yet.
Like I mean, honestly, I knew it worked because it happened. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when Thanos did it, obviously nothing happened.
Well, the reason why
and then
he turned his fist is because Tony Stark got all the how the heck did he do that?
Because he's fucking Iron Man and he prepares for everything.
Trick him or something? Like, did he make
his gauntlet?
His gauntlet was
actually
like he
swapped gauntlets. That's what he did.
Yeah, he had they basically played it off that he had a secondary gauntlet.
He swapped gauntlet.
So basically, the one that they built.
He knew that he was going to die the whole time. He knew it. He knew it.
I mean, look at the very end when he sends the message. He records the message.
Yeah, he knew. Oh my god! Because X3000. Oh my god.
Yep, he knew. He knew the whole time.
Dude,
he knew it. He was going to come down to a decision by him.
Son of a bitch!
He just wanted. Because he's Tony Stark, he wanted confirmation of some sort. That's why Doctor Strange looks at him and holds up the finger, the one finger.
The one finger.
This is the one shot.
Like this is it. Like no lines at all. Like just like
that's another reason why earlier than that he asks Doctor Strange, "Hey, you saw 14 million possibilities. Is this it?" And he was like, "Well, if I tell you, then it won't happen."
Yeah, right.
So then, more battle goes on, and then that's
14 million or 4 million or whatever it was. Yeah.
That's when the exact moment that Doctor Strange is talking about, that he sees them succeed, it's right there in front of Tony to happen. And then that's why he raised his finger.
Yep.
It's like, dude, this is it. This is that moment.
Wow.
And then that's when Tony starts his attack and then goes for the gauntlet and then tricks Thanos with, oh, I'm inevitable. Oh, snap. Oh, wait. Now you're just clicking metal together. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then he looks at the gauntlet
Get the metal together.
and then Iron.
Oh my god.
That line that he gives right then and there.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
I am Iron Man.
Oh my god.
That sent chills down my spine like you would not fucking believe.
He knew he was gonna die, and he was literally just like,
"Yep,
I am Iron Man," and just did it.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you go back to the beginning, you think you saw what he did not want to lose. He's like, you know what?
Right. Yeah.
This is my second chance.
He was selfish. He was selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look at it.
Not the movie, but the whole. Our I can call it. We should call it our 10 years. Like our 10 years of this. And your 10 years of this. Like it, in the beginning, he was a dick.
Just think about it. There's so much. Man, I'm telling you what. I posted a video.
Character growth.
I posted a video on my Facebook of like Endgame Easter eggs, and there's so much how they wrote these movies. There's so much foreshadowing of Tony's character leading up to this moment. Like in, I think it was Iron Man 3, where he's like having these visions and dreams where he can't sleep, and where it was either, I think it was Iron Man 3 or Age of Ultron, where he's having this vision of all the characters are dead. And
Age of Ultron, if you ask me.
And there's a scene, I mean, just Captain America's shield is cracked straight down the middle. And look what happened in this movie. It was cracked straight down the middle.
Yeah, that sucker was sliced. That was sliced.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah, sliced.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm telling you what, we should all watch that video right now, and you will see all the different Easter eggs that are in it, and it's gonna blow your mind.
We'll get to there, but we should probably keep talking about the movie. We'll get to there. Man, did I lose you guys?
No,
I'm still here.
Oh Jesus, you scared me. Did Thanos snap his fingers? All right, I'm gonna consider whenever Discord just not works anymore.
just snap it out of existence.
That's it. That's what happened. That's what happened, my buddies. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. All right. So what happens after?
So basically, Ant-Man comes back into the world. He discovers all these, these stones with a bunch of names. That reminded me it reminded me a lot of 9/11. I work at the Pentagon, and they have all those benches and stuff outside with a bunch of names on them and stuff.
The big plaques, I call them.
Yeah,
I don't call them gravestones, but I call them plaques. But yeah.
Yeah, where Scott Lang is looking at
his own name.
And that that also was a very touching moment where he goes back to
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude! Like
his acting was on point.
His acting was so good. Like, if you ask me, I'd give that guy a golden. What is it? Golden Globe? No, an Oscar. Is it an Oscar? An Oscar.
Oscars movies, yeah.
Yeah, I would give that man an Oscar for his performance for this movie. Holy crap! Paul Rudd, Clueless, coming into this. Okay.
And they made so many references to how like stupid his character was and everything, but the reality is, he needed to be that.
When he saw let me tell you something. When he saw his grown ass daughter, that's what kicked me. I was like, oh,
Cassie, yeah.
I literally just I was like everybody was just like, oh my, in the theater everybody was just like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
this is Paul Rudd being emotional like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Like this is like something we've never seen before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we saw him in his comedies and everything like that, but
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, man, just having my own daughter and stuff, the scene where Tony is with his own daughter in bed,
yeah.
and he's talking to her. You need to go to bed. I'm gonna sell your toys.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
Yeah.
like, I love you 3,000,
Mm-hmm.
man. And then at the very end, when that's his last message to her. Oh
Yeah.
man, come on, don't
That
do
was-
that. Come on,
yeah.
that's a
Tearjerker.
heart string jerk, whatever. I don't know.
Pulling your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if we're talking about those kind of moments, the one moment where I lost it is when Tony is sitting there, dying, and it wasn't when Brody came up to him, but it was when Peter came up to him.
When Peter did.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
Pepper?
I want to talk
Peter.
about a couple.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Before that, since we were talking about it earlier, the scene with Hawkeye and Black Widow, where they're going for the Soul Stone and everything, and they have to make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye is and always will be one of my favorite Avengers because of his type of character. A lot of people don't know this about Hawkeye in the comics.
Preach it.
He's known as the essential Avenger for several reasons.
He's
one of those reasons, the essential Avenger.
Okay.
As in, you cannot replace him.
Okay.
Now
I
is
100% agree.
in the comics. A lot of people don't realize this. Hawkeye is deaf.
What?
He is in the comics. Hawkeye is deaf, and there's a scene. There's a panel where Deadpool acknowledges this, and actually, because he can't communicate with Hawkeye, because he has his mask down, he flips his mask up so he can talk to him, so Hawkeye can read his lips.
Wow.
But then he also does sign language to him during a mission. And it's just, a lot of people don't understand that about that character. And I feel like that was one thing that was missing from him, is they should have touched on that in the movies, that he was a deaf character. And the reason why I connect with Hawkeye so much is because, and a lot of people don't know this about me, and Wade, I'm not even sure that you know this, but I'm half deaf.
Are you serious? What?
I've been half deaf for a very, very long time. I lost almost all hearing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the right side of me.
The first I've known this guy since the 4th and 5th grade.
Yeah, we've known each other for a very, very long time.
Very long time.
And when so going
just stuff
into,
you don't talk about,
right, exactly. And
Jesus.
going into the reason why I'm bringing all this up, it is I connected with Hawkeye as a character through that. And when I thought Hawkeye was going to actually sacrifice himself, that was the first time in this movie that I broke down like a motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, Citron Zero has joined the chat. Say hi.
Let's give him a spoiler warning though first.
Oh, he knows. He knows
Okay.
about himself too.
All right.
He
Making sure.
knows.
Just
He
making
knows.
sure.
Welcome.
That's what my stream says. He says, "Damn, your mic sounds good." Yeah, I know.
Damn, your mic sounds good. So yeah,
You guys are hearing me through my headset, I think. But yeah,
that's one of the things about that character that I've always loved, and that he doesn't give up, no matter what.
yeah.
And he didn't want to give up in that moment with her at all, and she forced him to. And that kind of shows that he's not just, secret agent man kind of character, that he's a lot more than that.
To cut you off real quick, Cytron Zero has never seen the movies. He doesn't care. It's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine about spoilers. He hasn't seen the movies. Cytron, just watch Infinity War and just go and see this movie. Go and see this movie as soon as you can. I watched the first Iron Man, he says. Cytron Zero, everybody give him a freaking follow right now.
Freaking follow him.
A freaking follow. We'd like to. He's part of our
Group.
Sorry, this music is just killing me right now. In a good way.
Are you jamming?
In a good way. Well, the music that I have is the what I've been listening to all night. You guys know what I'm listening to.
Mm-hmm.
The Thanos theme music. Anyway, give that guy a follow, man. Seriously, like he's part of our crew. He's part of our Sea of Thieves crew. If you guys don't know, we wreck shit in that game. Anyway, carrying on into this, Cytron, just watch Infinity War whenever you get a chance, and then go see the movie whenever it comes out for you. I know you live in New Zealand and everything like that. Cytron Zero is a great guy. Just go do it. Just do it. What is wrong with you? Just do it.
Just
Anyway,
do it.
Let's get back to topic.
So, in regards to Infinity War, since we brought that up, let's talk for a moment about Far From Home, just for a second on that.
Okay.
So I feel like
explain Far From Home, because I don't think people know what Far From Home is.
So Far From Home is the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And so where I'm going with this is at a certain point in Infinity War, we see Peter Parker on a bus. Now, we've already seen the trailers for Far From Home, and we know a very, very crucial character to Endgame is in that movie. So where does Far From Home fall in the grand scheme of things?
After this.
Cytron, watch that movie.
No, it's before.
No way.
It's before Infinity War.
Oh my
No
goodness.
way.
Because Tony Stark is in Far From Home.
No, he's not far from. No, he's not.
They showed scenes with him in it in the trailer.
They've only had one trailer out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not in it. You only see Happy. Tony Stark is nowhere in the trailer.
We need to fact check this real quick.
Go ahead.
Have you not seen the trailer?
The one where he goes to I don't know where that is.
I don't know if I saw a fucking leak then or what, but I've seen 2 trailers for Far From Home.
The only one I've seen is where he's going on a school trip. Happy comes in and he's talking to Aunt May. And Aunt May is like, or they're exchanging flirty, comments to each other. And
Right, I've seen
Peter's
that one.
like, what just happened? And Aunt
Oh,
May's like, don't forget your suit. And
that's Homecoming.
no,
Isn't it?
Homecoming is the first one. Far From Home is the second one.
Oh my
Far
goodness.
From Home
Okay.
is the second one.
Wow.
With Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't see. I didn't. I watched the same trailer as you, Joker. I didn't see Tony Stark. We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to look around then, because I
Yeah.
swear I've seen 2 trailers for that movie, and the second one had Tony Stark in it.
You saw something, Wes. You saw something.
We're gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to locate it, and
Yet to Citron says yet to see it, but I think I know what happens. You think you know, but you don't. You really don't. You really don't know what happens. You really don't, because I thought I
Citron,
knew
what do
what
you think
happened.
happens?
What do you think? What do you think happens? Please let us know. Please. Like literally, it's fine. Like this is a spoiler stream. Like you've Thanos kills everyone. No.
Are we talking about Infinity War or Endgame?
yeah, what are we talking about?
I mean, he does that. Yeah, I was gonna say he kills 50% of the population of the world
In
in
Infinity War?
Infinity
Not
War.
just the world.
And to be completely honest, I just spoiled that for you if you haven't seen Infinity War. I was talking about Infinity War.
Well,
Oh shit! Well, congratulations. I just spoiled that for you. I'm sorry.
well, matches. You said not just the world. Remember in Endgame? Oh, never mind. He used the stones again. Never mind. I was gonna say.
He says that he says he doesn't care. He's fine. He's fine with it.
So
Either way, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Wait, yeah. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him.
I was just gonna say, do you think you remember how Black Widow is like, hey, he used the stones again, and you know how they pinpointed him that way? Do you think that's when he used them to destroy the stones, and that's why he was limping and all that in Endgame?
Oh yeah, 100%. That moment in Endgame is when
He
he
used to
got
destroy him.
damaged.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking for this Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man Far From Home. Tony Stark.
Do it.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
I want to see it. Like I'd like to know that. I really like to know that.
All it says is, why is Tony Stark missing from Spider-Man Far From Home? Uh, and of
I
course
wonder
he's
if what I saw was something that looked so real that it was like a fan made thing.
Hmm.
yeah, maybe.
There's so many fucking fan made things out there now that they look like just absolutely real.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fine. So let's carry on. Let's talk about what happens. What happens next? What is it? What were we talking about? Uh-oh. Did I lose you guys?
No, I'm
No.
here.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
We're trying to remember where we were at because that threw us all off.
So one of the next scenes is we get our first look at Professor Hulk.
Yes.
Professor
Oh my
Hulk.
God, Professor Hulk. Okay. All right. Citron, hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, so this is literally the first time they brought in the comedy from, in my opinion, they brought the comedy from Thor Ragnarok. They brought all
Yep.
that comedy into this movie. So basically Bruce Banner, the Hulk, is half in, half out right now, and he's literally like green Bruce Banner and buff. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. Oh, it's so good. It's so funny. It's like It's an intelligent Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, everybody in the theater was crying, laughing. It was so good. Oh my god. Let's talk about the the selfies with the people that walked up and like, hey, Bruce
The
Banner.
selfies with him was hilarious.
He's like, yeah, go green.
So, but let's go to why they had to talk to him. I think we have to understand why they went and talked to him in this restaurant first.
Oh yeah, they should. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I just this when this happened, if this was what did they say 5 years later?
Yeah, it's 5 years
Yep.
later.
Yeah, 5 years. So basically, everybody was comfortable in a sense, and they were running their own business. They were running their own. They were doing their own things in life. They're basically just doing because after Thanos snapped everybody out of existence, um, the people that are still around are just doing are surviving. They're just
Right.
surviving, which is what Thanos wanted. He wanted people that were he felt that were self-sustainable in the world. They can stay. Everybody else can go. But fact matter is he snapped 50% of
Mm-hmm.
yeah, gone. They're all gone. 50% of the population of the world gone. Um you'll learn that in Infinity War. Anyway,
So go
so
back to Match's. Why did the kids come up to him?
yeah, why did the kids come up to him?
So no, so like the
The thing that
I'm
I
talking
got was
about
just
the
fans.
other Avengers. Why did they
Oh,
have to talk to him? That's what I was talking
Oh, why the Avengers come talk to him for his
because
brains?
he's
about.
smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
Because they were turned away by Tony Stark before that.
Well, yeah, because he flat out said, "Hey, look, I've got my
Yeah,
second chance. I'm not doing
Yep.
this again. I'm not risking it."
he's got
Yeah, we
like
hadn't touched on
his
that.
second chance was his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Cytron Zero,
Which,
you're gonna cry your. I'm serious. Take like a little like to go package of tissue paper, put in your pocket or whatever, man. Like I'm serious. Like I cried. We all cried. We all cried. We cried.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We
Fucking
cried
bawled my eyes
like
out.
amazing masculine species of America.
mm-hmm.
No, we cried like little babies. We cried. We all cried.
Did you know that Tony's daughter was another one of his dreams?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, it was another foreshadowing, and that foreshadowing was in Infinity War. It's a real quick scene where Tony and Pepper are walking through Central Park, and they get interrupted by Doctor Strange, who's like, "Hey, we need your help." But before he shows up, Tony's like, "You know what? I had a really realistic dream last night. I had a dream we were expecting." And Pepper's like, "No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, that can't happen, or that's not true." And he was, quick to say, "Yeah, I think their name should be Morgan." And sure enough, his daughter was Morgan.
Yeah. To answer your question, Cytron Zero, uh, yes, they do. I don't care. I haven't cared because I haven't exactly had a chance to watch it yet, and also I don't have HBO, so I can't watch that show. Joker,
What's up?
especially Joker. You know what I'm talking about? What show it's supposed to?
Thrones, GOT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Got.
will. I will. I
I'm
will.
behind on it.
Pirate Bay
Oh
is no longer in
man.
existence. Anyway, we're not talking about that though. We're talking about Endgame. This is all about Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next up is what?
Okay, so they basically hire Hulk, and now they're testing out time travel using Lang, and he goes through all those different phases of like adult, teenager, child, baby.
Which was so incredibly hilarious.
So good. So good. So basically they were basically taking Ant-Man and trying to make him small, but what the thing is like when obviously you haven't seen anything with Marvel. So what happens is when Ant-Man when they're trying to make people small, there's mix-ups. So there can be old person, there can be, I don't know, fat person, there can be child person.
Mm-hmm.
They have to keep trying. And the the TV shows they're the TV shows they're shouting out. Oh my god. What do they do? Quantum Leap was one of them.
Oh yeah.
When they were like, well, how do you know this? Like, who predicted this stuff? They're like, TV shows like Quantum Leap and
Back
everything.
to the
They're like,
Future.
Back to the Future.
They're like,
And
you
then
mean you mean to
Ant-Man,
tell me everything in Back to the Future was bullshit?
Ant-Man was like, Die Hard. No, not Die Hard.
No, not Die Hard. That
That's not
doesn't
one of
fit here.
them. One of my favorite parts of the movie. He announced Die Hard. I was like, oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was super good. Uh,
So after the time jumping scene with Ant-Man,
they finally time jump him. Yep.
yep, Tony Stark pulls up in his really nice
Audi.
Audi. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Finally
Actually,
gives
good old, or sorry, Audi.
His Audi.
His Audi.
comes to amends with Steve Rogers, and gives him his shield back.
Yeah, he pulled it out of his trunk. It was
Mm-hmm.
buried below a blanket and a couple of teddy bears and all that good stuff because of his daughter. His cute. Oh, so cute. So cute. So cute. Anyway.
Shortly after that, the Milano shows back up with Rocket and Gamora,
With Rocket and,
or not Gamora, Nebula.
Rocket and Nebula.
Yeah, Captain Marvel brings that's when Captain Marvel brings the spaceship where they were stranded in space. Captain Marvel brings
No. That's
Tony
different.
Stark.
That was way before that.
Is that before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, way before.
Holy crap! I'm sorry.
Because Tony had already been brought back. Remember?
Oh yeah,
He'd already been
Tony
brought
Stark.
from the thing.
Tony Stark already showed up in his car. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So,
but something else does happen there, which was
the tacos.
The tacos, and then Nebula wrote.
Oh my god, the tacos.
Radioing to Rhodey, telling him Rhodey, there, be careful coming in. There's an idiot in the drop zone.
Yeah.
yeah, and then Rhodey's like, "What's up, regular size man?"
Yeah.
Or normal size man, or whatever.
Hello, normal size man, or whatever what it said. It was, you can literally tell that it was like a Taco Bell taco because it was like hard shelled, and
it was still just incredibly hilarious. And then
he almost took a bite out of his taco, and all the stuffing blows out of the packet.
Yeah. And then Hulk handing him the two tacos and trying so hard not to break them.
Yeah. Hulk
That
hands
was
him like 2 new tacos. He's like, "Here you go, man. Don't let it get you down or whatever. You
Thumbs
know,
up.
like bottoms up."
So the next scene we have to talk about. I think that's gonna be my last one because I'm getting pretty tired and I'm gonna go see it again with my son tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see it again with my wife. This
Yeah,
time with my wife
I'm gonna
on
see it again
Sunday.
tomorrow. I'm gonna see it again tomorrow. That's for sure.
So
We can come back to this topic
for
tomorrow.
real, okay. So the last scene that
I'll
we
even document this, but like, yeah, what are you getting at?
the last scene that we have to cover and where we're at is when Rocket and Hulk visit New Asgard and find
My
Fat
God.
Thor.
We'll leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
Who, according to Rocket, looks like melted ice cream.
Fat Thor. That's what I'm running right now.
Fat Thor. Fat Thor. That's where we're at.
Oh my God! If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok and like in that, all right, let me tell you something about Thor Ragnarok. If you have not seen that movie, when it comes down to Thor Ragnarok, the comedy is the best thing about that movie. It is the
I'm
best
probably
thing.
gonna go when I go to bed. I'm probably gonna throw on Thor Ragnarok
I might throw that on as well.
just
Like,
because.
it's so good. Like it's just a great action comedy. It's so good.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the Streamlam,
Ooh.
I guess this is it. I guess we'll come back to you tomorrow.
We'll continue with the discussion tomorrow.
We're gonna continue with this, like, because we all have things to do and we have to sleep and we all have families and stuff like that. And
yeah.
goodness gracious, let me tell you something. We're gonna continue this discussion tomorrow,
And started off with Fat Thor.
and we're gonna start off with Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
That fat ass Thor.
Fat ass Thor.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds good to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do follow Matches X Malone and follow the Joker 486. I've known these cats for quite some time.
Yeah, bro. First grade. It's crazy.
Yeah. A very long time.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still here. And we're still here.
That means Joker might know my brother.
Who?
It's crazy. We'll talk about him.
Ryan, yeah, we'll talk about it later. I will talk at you guys later. All right.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, we're gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna see it tomorrow again.
And we'll be all refreshed again.
We'll be refreshed. Well, you guys will be.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good.
And then I'll be refreshed on Sunday, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll help you out. We'll help you out. I gotta help myself out too, because like I said, this is our first time seeing the movie, and we've only covered up until Fat Thor.
Yep, only up until Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
Dad bod.
Only begun.
Dad bod Thor.
Cracking the surface of it.
Oh my God, I can't wait. All right, guys, I will see you later.
All right, good night.
Take care. Right. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Night, Joker.
See ya.